Hello. Well, you might be wondering why I'm all dressed up with nowhere to go. After all, we're still in the middle of lockdown. Well, I'm Angie from Wish Upon a Style, and we're home stylists, but we specialise in coming to your home when you're entertaining, and we stage all the rooms for you. So mainly for dinner parties and perhaps afternoon tea, something like that. Now, unfortunately, it sounds as if restaurants aren't going to be open for quite a while. And I don't know about you, but I miss socialising so much. But it seems to be that we are going to be getting together with small gatherings of friends and relatives very soon. So in that case, why not be the first to have a dinner party to invite those people that you're really missing over to your home. And we can come over and stage the room for you. Now what I've done, I'm actually standing in my own dining room at the moment, and I've just set my table for a dinner party for 6 people. Now what I've done today is made an elegant setting, but of course if you prefer something that's perhaps romantic or more vibrant or even dramatic, then that's fine too. Now the tabletop that I have is actually glass, but the only time I wouldn't put a tablecloth on is if I was doing perhaps a contemporary table setting. Otherwise I tend to always put a tablecloth on, and I always use plain white, or it might be self-embossed, and the same with the dinner services that I use. Everything is white, and I prefer to use the colour in all the table arrangements. Now on this particular arrangement I've just kept to 3 colours, so that's mainly white, green, with touches of gold as well, and I find that's a simple look and quite elegant, which is one of my favourite looks. So I'll just go around the table to give you a few ideas of what I've done. I always have soft lighting, so soft candlelight I think is a must. And I always use napkins, linen or some kind of material napkins. I never use paper serviettes for a formal dinner party. And of course flower arrangements are a must. And here I've got 3 flower arrangements, very similar. They're all tied in because they're using the same flowers, but maybe a slightly different arrangement. And I'd like to give you a tip actually of what I do when I'm making flower arrangements. I use a combination of fresh flowers and artificial flowers. The reason for this mainly is because not all varieties of flowers are available throughout the year, and there are such beautiful silk flowers that you can get now. And so I think that way you know, you have more variety, it looks very attractive, but also being a little bit canny, I think the flowers then go a bit further. So I have used as a combination here. Hopefully you can't tell which ones are real and which aren't, but if you're, I might be able to tell you that if you join me on Friday, which I'll tell you about in a moment. So what else have we got on the table? Well, another thing I like to always suggest to clients for a formal dinner party is to have name places. So there are these ones here, for instance, and if you put your guests' names in them, I think they feel that they're very special to you, and I always think that's a nice touch. Now, as well as setting the table, we of course style the rest of the room for you as well. So we'll bring along whatever is needed really to style your room and tie in with the theme that you're having. So one thing I'd like to point out, we have a collection of artificial trees, and because I've used a lot of gold in this dinner setting, I've actually put some gold leaves on here, and that's about a 5-foot tree, but we also have others, different sizes. This one, for instance, is 8 foot tall. And then, of course, I'd bring some more floral arrangements, perhaps some lamps, and always candles. So that gives you an idea of what I've done today. Now, what I would like to do is to invite you to join me this Friday at 6 p.m. I'll be going live on Instagram because I'd like to share some tips with you about preparing for your dinner party. So it just remains for me to say to you all, stay safe, and of course, bon appetit.